$500 billion, that's more than the GDP of Sweden. And today we're exploring how this massive AI investment called Stargate could reshape America's technological future.
The scale of this project is truly mind-boggling. When you break down the numbers, we're looking at an initial $100 billion investment that's set to grow fivefold in just 4 years.
What's particularly fascinating is the coalition they've assembled. OpenAI brings their GPT architecture expertise, Oracle contributes their cloud infrastructure experience, and SoftBank adds their deep pockets and global tech portfolio. It's like watching the formation of a tech supergroup.
Speaking of infrastructure, the choice of Texas for this massive data center seems strategic. What factors do you think drove that decision?
Well, Texas offers some compelling advantages. Energy costs are about 30% lower than California. They have independent power grid access, and their business-friendly regulations mean faster construction timelines. Though I'm particularly interested in how they'll handle the power demands. We're talking about energy consumption equivalent to powering 800,000 homes.
Hmm, that's a significant environmental consideration. And with AI models requiring increasingly more computing power, those energy demands will only grow.
Exactly, and that's where the job creation aspect becomes really interesting. Beyond the headline number of 100,000 new positions, industry analysts estimate that about 40% will be in green energy and sustainability roles. They'll need everything from solar array technicians to thermal management specialists.
The ripple effects on education and training are going to be substantial. Universities are already scrambling to develop new programs.
What's really striking? The timing of this announcement. It comes just as China announced their $250 billion AI chip development program. This feels like America's response to maintain technological leadership, similar to how the space race drove innovation in the 1960s.
That's an interesting parallel, and just like the space race, we're seeing massive public-private collaboration. The security implications alone are enormous.
Speaking of security, the project includes what they're calling AI containment protocols, essentially advanced safeguards to prevent unauthorized access or uncontrolled AI development. It's like they're building a digital Fort Knox for artificial intelligence.
The involvement of OpenAI seems crucial here, given their experience with AI safety protocols and ethical development frameworks.
Absolutely right. And let's talk about the semiconductor angle. Industry experts predict this project could drive a 30% increase in advanced chip demand. That's partly why they're allocating $50 billion just for domestic semiconductor production.
The supply chain implications are fascinating. We could see entire new industrial clusters forming around this project.
And here's something that hasn't gotten much attention. The project includes provisions for international collaboration. They're planning to allocate 15% of computing resources for joint research projects with allied nations while maintaining strict security protocols.
That's a delicate balance between fostering innovation and protecting national interests. How do you see this playing out over the 4 year timeline?
Well, the first milestone will be getting the initial Texas facility online within 18 months. Then we'll see rapid expansion across 3 other states, though those locations haven't been announced yet. The real test will be whether they can scale up the workforce fast enough to meet their ambitious goals.
It's going to reshape entire communities, isn't it? Not just economically, but culturally as well.
That's right. And as we wrap up today's discussion, it's worth noting that Stargate represents more than just an AI project. It's America's bid to define the future of technology, with implications that will ripple through our economy and society for decades to come.